Hey guys and girlies, it's Kirsty and welcome back to my channel. You've caught me with one eyebrow on. Anyway, today's video is going to be a full face review of Makeup Revolution. So yeah, I have a lot of their products. The only thing I will say is I do not have a powder. I thought I had a powder, and I also thought I had a Makeup Revolution mascara, but I don't. So we're just gonna have to pretend that I've got those things, okay? They are on my list of things to buy, so once I have bought them, I will review them separately for you. But yeah. The reason I've done one eyebrow today is because I'm going to show you the other eyebrow, and I'm using an eyebrow product I don't normally use. So yeah, I will be using Makeup Revolution brushes, and I will be using, I have already put on Makeup Revolution primer. It's this pro-based priming water. You've seen it in a lot of my videos. I absolutely adore it, and I have like literally this much left, so I will need to repurchase soon. But yeah, it smells like rose water, and it does feel really nice on the skin. Makes your makeup feel a lot lighter, and even though I wear full coverage foundation, it makes it feel less like I have so much on my face, which is why I love it so much. And paired with the Pro Fix fixing spray, which I also have, it's wonderful. So yeah, on to the first product. I'm going to be using, because I always do my eyebrows first. Always think it's better. I find it quite weird when I see girls put on that eyeshadow without doing that eyebrows first, because you can't see where you're going to put eyebrow. So I don't know, I just like to do my eyebrows first and then follow the guideline of my eyebrows to do my eyes. It's just a lot easier. So if you are a beginner, I would try it my way if you do it the other way and see which one you find better. Today I'm using the Focus and Fix eyebrow kit. It is in the shade Light Medium. It is quite old. I've had this a while. Front's a bit messy and the inside's even worse. It's got a brown, it's got a kind of peachy shade, and a like very light blondie kind of taupey colour. But it's not that taupey, but I don't know, maybe it is, I don't know. It's just not really grey. You could obviously grey it up with a bit of grey eyeshadow and make the perfect taupe, and then it comes with a wax. Mine accidentally has a bit of glitter in. It must have got in with the loose glitters I have in my box. So yeah, it is in the wax, but there is a small part of the wax that hasn't got glitter in. So I'll use that today. I used to wear this a lot. Oh, a lot. When I had darker hair, but now that I've gone back to my natural hair and I'm no longer putting dye in my hair, it is you know, not really that good. I mean, I feel like my eyebrows look quite dark today, but then I don't know, I think I might just be being a little bit picky. But yeah, it was a struggle to work with. It's much harder to use than my Power Bra by MUA. I believe they are the same price. I believe this is £4 and this is also £4. But I am interested in trying their pomade at one point. So I think the next time I do a Tan Beauty shop, I will drop a little pomade in my basket. Straight in my basket. But anyway, let's get on with this video. I'm going to do this brow. I don't know if you're supposed to put wax on after you've done shadow, but I don't know. I always pile wax on and then dip into the shadow. Right guys, so that is my eyebrows done. It wasn't that bad. considering this eyebrow is still dodgy and not fully grew out yet, but it's getting there, as you can see. It's just a little bit off now. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, I try to thread my eyebrows by myself and buggered them up. So yeah, that's why this eyebrow's dodgy. I'm going to go in with this cream contour palette and try to carve out my brows there. I'm going to probably use this shade here. Eyebrow wise, I use the darkest shade, and then in the front quarter of my eyebrows I use the second lightest shade, for those of you that are interested in what I did. Right, so there we go. I have carved out my brows. I've left a little bit to blend my foundation into. So, yeah, that will look better when I've done that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to use some of this contour palette, the same shade, to prime my lids. I'm just going to use my collection 2000 powder just to apply some powder to my eye area. I will be uploading this video the day after, but today is Breast Cancer Awareness Day, so I want to do a pink look, which is why I'm wearing my pink flowery dress. Now on to my pink eye look. Right, I'm just going to use Pancake from the SOPH X palette, which is Makeup Revolution, of course, to use as my transition for this look. Right, Pancake is still too light for my skin, so I'm going in with a very small amount of iced coffee. Right, iced coffee is the perfect transition shade for me. If you are watching this, then this is what the SOPH X, if you are watching this, obviously you're watching this, this is the SOPH X palette. It is beautiful. It's definitely a staple for autumn and winter time, and you could even do a couple of summer looks with the bright shimmer shades too. This is £10 from Superdrug / makeup Superdrug / Tan Beauty. So yeah, I would pick this up. It's so popular. If you want to see a full swatch of this makeup palette, then you should go and check out Soph Does Nails, because she's the creator of the palette along with Makeup Revolution. So go and check that out. Right guys, I will be using several palettes in this because I have several Makeup Revolution palettes. I have 4 eyeshadow palettes alone, and I want another 3. So yeah. Right, I'm going to go with my Acid Brights palette, and I'm going to use the Bright Pink, which is this one here, obviously. Oh, that might have been too much. Pigmentation on these is massive, so you definitely don't need too much. Tapping off my excess. Right, that'll do. I'm just going to put that above my crease in circular motions. Right, so that's the first shade I'm putting on. The next shade I will be wearing is Strawberry Sweets from the Soph X palette, because it is the next darkest shade, and I'll be putting that just above my crease, but lower than my previous pink shade. Right, I don't have like a mid matte shade, so I'm going to have to mix and match. I'm going to mix on an angled brush Strawberry Sweets with the shade Danger in the Soph X palette, which is the red shade, to try and make a darker pink. Just using the Danger shade on the outer V of my eye. Right, so we're going to have something like this. Now I'm going to take some concealer and cut the crease. I am only going to do one eye on camera because I'm going to go off and do the other eye and then come back and show you guys the final look. So yeah. Just going back to this contour palette again, and I'm using the first shade, which is this one, because it has like a pinky tone to it. Just add some kind of concealer flick here. Just because that's where I want to put the rest of the eyeshadow. Right guys, then I'm going to go in with what I used, the brush that I used to carve my brows. And you're going to want, I'm going to use the shade, I cannot remember the name of this palette. I have the sheets, I keep them. Let me just check for you guys. I'm going to use the shade Magic, which is a pale, but it's very close to pink champagne. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to use the shade Pretty from the, which is this pink shade here. This is the Mermaid Forever palette. I believe this is also, I think it might be £8 this one, or £8.99. If it's not, then it's probably £10. None of their palettes tend to be more than like 12. I don't think I've seen a palette that's more than 12. Just putting some fixing spray on my brush. Brush doesn't feel that wet. Okay. I'm going to go in with Pretty. and leaving this part of my eye, I am going to do the rest of my eye in the shade Pretty. I'm just going in with the darker shimmery pink from the Acid Brights palette. That's a bit better. Right guys, so I have applied the I've applied the dark pink from the Acid Brights palette, because it has a shimmer and it was a lot brighter than Pretty, so I've put that on top. So yeah, then I'm going to take another small brush, it's a really small one, and I'm going to spray that. And then I'm going to apply Pink Champagne, which is a pink highlight eyeshadow from the SOPH X palette. I feel like my crease needs darkening, so I'm going to put some black in the crease. Right, I'm going to add eyeliner. I'm just going to add some eyeliner to my waterline, and then mascara and a lash, and that eye's done. But I will want to bring eyeshadow down underneath after I've done my face. So yeah, now I've done the eyes, I'm going to go on to my face. I have been using Makeup Revolution brushes. My angled brush I used was Makeup Revolution. The small round brush I used was the Makeup Revolution. I'm going to use this concealer brush now. I'm going to apply the third shade on the top. This is the Fair palette, by the way, which obviously, in case you didn't know, I'm very pale skinned. If any of you have any products by Makeup Revolution that you think I should try for you guys, let me know in the down bar. Bearing in mind, I do plan on using, I do plan on buying the Mint palette, the Rose Gold palette, obviously the powders, and I think that's it. I might get the Flawless 4 as well if I don't have enough shades covered by the Rose Gold and the SOPH X palette. I'm just concealing blemishes right now. I do have acne prone skin, so that is why I'm concealing a lot. I do like this highlight palette for concealer. The consistency of it is quite thick, but it's not waxy feeling. And I do feel like it has covered some of my blemishes. Obviously, I do have acne, so I wouldn't be expecting it to cover my acne 100%. But for a normal person's skin, that would be a good multi-purpose palette for you to have. You could use it as concealer as well. I'm going to use my DERMACOL foundation, but I also have the One foundation by Makeup Revolution. It's a it's in the shade 1. Basically, it's more of a lightener than anything, and I do think that this DERMACOL is slightly too dark for my skin. So mixed with my foundation, technically it is a Makeup Revolution foundation. So yeah. And it also helps the DERMACOL not be so thick but still full coverage. Right, that helped blend in really well. So yeah, I'm now going to take my Freedom contour brush, which is also a sister brand of Tan Beauty, and I'm going to contour with this very cool brown shade here. Right guys, so I have contoured my moon face slightly. The consistency of the concealer, the contour it's nice, but it's not as pigmented as I would prefer. But I feel like, because the next brown shade is a warmer brown, so I felt if I put that on I would be quite orange. So I'm just going to make up for my contour with some bronzer, which I have a bronzer in the blush palette, so I'm just going to coat. Hi guys, so I'm going to take my contour palette and bronze first with this matte core bronze shade here. The other shade is a lovely bronzer, but it has shimmer, so if you are a person that enjoys shimmery bronzer, this one's for you. I like to just carve out my cheeks a bit more with my foundation brush. Right, I am now going to apply blush. I'm going to use, what I'm going to use? I'm going to use this fluffy angled brush, and I'm going to use this pale shade. This blush palette is gorgeous and super pigmented. I got it for free as a goodwill gesture when I had an issue with a product, so that is the reason why I think their customer service is brilliant. I also think that the way that they do bring out their new launches is good. It's like they're really quick on the ball of new launches. The only thing I would say is wrong with this blush palette is that it's not a non-shimmer blush. So if you're a person that doesn't like shimmer blush or shimmer bronzer, then you have a bronzer that you can use. But if you like darker bronzer than what I wear, then this palette is not for you. But they do have one that's up from this shade wise, because this is just like, I think this is kind of like the fair palette. But I'm going to use this shade here for blush. It's like a baked blush. Well, it is baked with a fair bit of shimmer. I'm going to apply it to my apples and then bring it up here slightly. Right, so we have blush. To highlight, I'm going to use two highlights. I am going to use the where has it gone? the liquid highlights drops, which is a massive dupe of Cover FX, but I actually think better than Cover FX because they are exactly the same formula, except this is like a tenth of the price, and also it's got more product in than the Cover FXs. I believe they're 16 mils, the bottle of those. These are 18 and they are £6. So if you are thinking of getting the Cover FX, get these. Save yourself some money, guys. Right, anyway, I'm gonna just apply a few drops to my highlight area, and then I'm gonna blend it in with my beauty blender. Right, the thing with these liquid highlighters is they do dry very quickly, so you do need to blend very quickly, which is why I do it step by step. Right, so they are super good. That one wasn't blended quite right. We have a little more on this side then. I'm using the shade Liquid Champagne because I wanted a gold highlight that worked for fair skin. It looks like this in the bottle. So yeah, it's super cute. I mean, it's okay if you like subtle highlight. I mean, you can add more, but it starts to look a little bit cakey. So less is more with this highlight. So I'm going to team it with the Baked highlight from the blush palette, this one, because it comes out a gold shade when you mix the white and the gold tiger stripes together. So I'm going to apply that with a just rather big fluffy brush. So there you go, those two together hit the spot for me because I love highlight. Right, so there you go. I am literally going to just apply it powder to the rest of my face. The bronzer was just too much at the top for me, so I've just blended a bit of a beauty blender. Right guys, so I have basically almost completed my makeup look. I'm gonna go off and do my other eye, apply mascara and lashes, and then I'll come back, do the lips, and we'll see the final look. Right guys, so I'm back. I finished my eye look. I put some strawberry sweets underneath my eyes and popped some lashes, mascara and eyeliner on. And I'm pretty happy with the look, to be fair. So I'm just going to do lips and then we are done. I use this for like literally 20 seconds to 30 seconds just to plump up my lips. It makes doing my lip liner a lot easier. I'm going to go for this shade here today. It's just like a purple pink colour. Purely because it was in the VAMP kit that I bought recently. From Makeup Revolution, of course, because this is a review for Makeup Revolution. It's in the shade Beyond Vamp. It came in a set of 3 lipsticks and it cost £6. So it was £2 each. I'm just going to apply it with a regular purple lip liner. Right guys, so this is my finished look. Right, so now this is the final look. Yeah, this is my pink look for breast cancer. As an alternative person, I don't tend to wear pink very much, and this is the only thing I own with a bit of pink on it. So yeah, I'm going to go through the categories of Makeup Revolution and tell you my feedback. Right, I'm going to start with face. Overall, my foundation looks really nice. It's not cakey, but I have heard that the one foundation is very hard to get hold of, so if you guys are looking for it, you might want to see if anyone has any on like a vintage makeup app or online, i.e. like Amazon, eBay, something like that. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is. The face is really pretty. I love the highlighter. The only problem with the highlighter is that it is a little bit powdery and there's a fair bit of fallout when you apply it, but it is blinding. It is blinding with the two mixed together, the liquid and the powder. I think if you are like me and like a bit more extra oomph in your highlight, then you add the you would be better off applying the liquid first as a good base for a powder highlight to stick to, and you're gonna be on to a winner there. The bronzer is really nice. I think it's not too dark for my complexion and it looks really, really good. The contour palette, other than the fact that it's slightly not as pigmented as I would have hoped, it blended out really nice, but it just needed a little oosh. So if you bought the cream and the powder contour, you would be onto a winner, because the same shades are in the powder that are in the cream, so you could just put a bit of cream on top and powder on top, and you'd be onto a winner. As you can see by my eye look, the eyeshadows themselves are super pigmented. I have used the Mermaid Forever, the Sophie X and the Acid Brights palette, all of which can be found on tombeauty.com. The Acid Brights, I believe, is probably the cheapest because it's been out for a long while, and then I think it might be Mermaids Forever and then Sophie X in terms of price, or it could be Mermaid, Sophie X then Mermaid. You'd have to check that. Yeah, the eyebrows I have grew now that they've been carved out. It wasn't as difficult to apply as I was thinking, which has made me want to try their brow products more, because I have been like religiously using like MUA brow pomade for like 8 months. Every time I wore makeup I've used that, so yeah, I think that's everything. This lip colour, it smells like coconut, and it's a matte, but it's not drying at all, and it's not a sticky feeling foundation. It's really nice, and with a bit of a lipstick seal or a bit of translucent powder over the top, that'll be like kissable, and you'd be able to kiss and all sorts with that on. You would just need to probably apply food or drink after you've eaten or drank, should I say. But other than that, I am obsessed with Makeup Revolution. So if you guys are watching this, we need, as soon as my channel takes off, like, we need to work together, because I am obsessed with you guys, like literally obsessed with you guys. You are my favourite brand, not even just like drugstore. You are like literally my favourite brand. I love how quick you are with letting out products. I love how that you're good to the customer, and you try and make palettes that are similar but not identical to things that larger, more expensive brands are selling, which is a win-win for me. Yeah, because I like to save a buck if I can. So yeah, if you're new to this channel and you're new to me, hi, I'm Kirsty. Please come and join our channel. I make videos twice a week so far. I'm looking at increasing it, but I want to increase it once my view count has gone up, if that makes sense, because yeah, I have done a lot of Halloween tutorials that you guys should go and check out, but I was missing glam makeup so much, so I'm so glad to be able to do this cute pink look that I never usually wear pink. If you know me, I am not an eyelash queen, but I think I've been converted. I cut these eyelashes after a severe struggle to get them to fit my eye, and these lashes are MINK 3D hair lashes in the number A19. They come in this cute packaging with like glitter on the back. They are so wispy and so long, but also really dramatic. And I just think dramatic lashes are stunning, and these lashes are gorgeous. Makeup Revolution, you definitely should release a lash line and foundations. Do foundations. Everyone wants you to do foundations. Rather than release any more highlights, because you've got loads and loads of highlights now. You're at the top of your highlight game. You really should start looking into foundations, because once you've cracked foundations, you are literally going to be unstoppable. Everyone is going to love your brand. Everybody. And there'll be, I would expect every girl in the planet will at least have one of your products in their makeup kit. So yeah, you've got to do that. You've got to. Yeah, so if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, share with your friends if you want to. And yeah, have a nice day, guys. Be nice to each other. Bye.